But sir, this small minority that goes overseas to fight, why do they do that? What is motivating them?
What is motivating? What do you mean by what's motivating? Perception is what kills the mind.
I'm not sure I understand that.
By me saying that perception is what kills the mind, propaganda, sir.
Oh, I see. Okay, so they buy into a narrative. This is going to be paradise.
Exactly.
I see. Okay. David Menzies for the Rebel.media here in Minnesota, specifically the neighborhood of Cedar, Riverside. Now, this is also known as Little Mogadishu, given the large Somali population here. And I wish I could say that everything is joy and merriment, but the stats paint a different picture. For example, just last year alone in this community, violent crime spiked by more than 50% due to Somali gang activity. And perhaps even more concerning is the fact that more than 40 Somalis from this community alone left the US to sign up with the likes of ISIS and al-shabaab, Islamic terrorist organizations, making this small enclave of Minnesota the terrorist recruitment center of the USA. And I imagine the question is, why is that? I mean, I would imagine that many people leaving a country like Somalia are coming to America to pursue the American dream, to get away from violence and anarchy and chaos. So what is it that attracts some of these individuals back to the motherland and to the Middle East to carry out acts of terror? I'll try to speak to some people in the community and find out. Well, I've walked down the road here in Cedar, Riverside, and the blue building behind me is the Riverside Mall. Now, I just went in to take a peek, and I can tell you folks, if anyone thinks that America is still one big melting pot, you should take a visit to the Riverside Mall, because you could get by in terms of buying anything you wanted here, from clothing to food to insurance to getting your hair cut, without ever having to speak or read a word of English. It is like you are in Somalia. There's even a mosque in the mall if you want to go and take your shoes off and worship. So, like I said, this idea of America being a melting pot, certainly not evident in this part of Cedar, Riverside.
They portray of a picture of a whole entire, you feel where I'm coming from, a whole entire group of people saying that they're terrorists. I mean, that's what people think of us.
I'm not saying that.
No, you're not saying that,
yes.
But there's other people that are saying that. You see where I'm coming from?
But supposedly there's been about 45 people from this community that have gone overseas.
But that was a past. Is that going on right now?
I don't know.
You don't know. But,
I don't know.
But that's what you're guessing.
But as late as this year, that was the number, about 45. I mean, so I guess what I'm trying to find out what motivates somebody in the United States of America, even American-born, to sign up with a terrorist group. And
group. I'm just saying, that's messed up, because we were born in the United States and we're getting our names thrown in the dirt because people think that we're joining. But listen.
But sir, this small minority that goes overseas to fight, why do they do that? What is motivating them?
What is motivating? What do you mean by what's motivating? Perception is what kills the mind.
I'm not sure I understand that.
By me saying that perception is what kills the mind, propaganda, sir.
Oh, I see. Okay, so they buy into a narrative. This is going to be paradise. I see. Okay, so
no, but like paradise. Where are you taking? Like, I don't understand how you're interpreting that answer. Like, by paradise, and where are you taking this? Where I'm taking it
is maybe somebody is living here, their life isn't going well for them, and they buy into, like you said, some propaganda. Come fight for us. It's glorious.
No, so you're taking it to it. You see, you're interpreting it another way.
Okay,
now.
Please correct me. What did I?
No, but you're saying no. But how you're interpreting is another way, sir.
I think that's a fair interpretation.
Because I think you're saying it like a racist person, though.
Oh, I didn't even mention race.
No, but that's how you're saying it though. You're basically interpreting. They look at the propaganda and they see paradise in that. But that's what you're exactly saying, sir. Don't think that we're stupid. No, I mean that's how you're interpreting it.
Well, right now in Canada, we have a guy called Jihadi Jack. Okay. He's whiter than me.
No, I know he's
trying
whiter
to come
than
back to Canada. He went over to sign up for ISIS. So I don't think this. I'm not bringing race into this question, sir.
No, but like if you come to this neighborhood more, we help, we give charity out to the homeless people. We have a food donation every Friday. We bring food over here to give out pizza to everybody that walks around here. I mean,
I think that's fantastic.
It's only if you could be in our shoes, walk a mile in our shoes, then you will understand what we go through as a individual person.
Yeah.
Because every single day in this life of me being a United States citizen, I have to work 2 times than a white person to have a privilege, to be privileged to do something.
I see. Well, after walking around the area known as Little Mogadishu, it was hard getting a lot of people to come on camera and opine on the various problems that are plaguing this community, such as the disproportionate number of gangbangers here, and for that matter, wannabe terrorists. As for the congresswoman who represents this district, none other than Ilhan Omar, well, she basically subscribes to Hug a Thug. Back in 2015, there was a gang of 6 Somalis who were caught going to Mexico in order to go overseas to join ISIS in Syria. And this is what she had to say in terms of dishing out a penalty. Some of these gang members were facing 30 years in jail, but Ms. Omar wrote, "The best deterrent to fanaticism is a system of compassion. We must alter our attitude and approach. If we truly want to affect change, we should focus our efforts on inclusion and rehabilitation." Well, I guess on the bright side, she never actually cut a check for any of those wannabe terrorists for $10.5 million. In the meantime, this is David Menzies signing off from Cedar, Riverside in Minnesota for the Rebel.media. Hey folks, if you like that video, please press like and subscribe and never miss another Rebel video.